We need to make better decisions. Our women need to make better decisions of who they're having children with.
It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment. We explore the cultural stories of the day. And for that, we turn to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. All right, Raymond, some female abortion activists have started what they're calling is a sex strike movement.
That is correct. They are refusing to have sex until abortion rights are enshrined federally in the law. So we took to the streets to get a...
Yeah, I heard that correctly, man. Female abortion advocates are going on a sex strike. They are withholding sex from all people. Not even going to say only men. I don't know, withholding sex from everyone until they get they get what they want from the federal government. So gentlemen, listen, no nookie for you until the Supreme Court justice come back together and they rule in favor.
Action rights are enshrined federally in the law. So we took to the streets to get a common man's reaction. Do you think that's effective at all?
I don't think so, because not enough people are going to do it.
I don't think that anybody's going to go on strike against sex because it feels so good. And it's also a business.
My man saying because it feels so good, and it's also a business. Sex does feel amazing, but it feels more amazing if you're in love with someone that you're having sex with, and you vet them out properly before you give them the nookie. And then if something was to happen, say they got pregnant or something, then y'all can raise them as a loving family rather than look for an out.
Everybody's always going to want to have sex.
Sex strike?
A sex strike.
I guess that's great for women who can choose not to have sex. I'm not sure if it's going to change much.
What if we use our most powerful protesting option and withhold sex from penises until this is made right?
This is not a battle against men, ladies. It's not. Why do people keep on saying that? Why are men making decisions about our vaginas? You know what we're going to do? We're going to hold sex from men. Let me tell you something. And I got to take off my headphones for this. Let me tell you something, ladies. If you are one of them ladies who decide to hold off sex from your man, you're in a relationship with a man, and you decide to hold off sex from that man so that you can protest, and you get cheated on, don't go crying. I'm dead serious. He shouldn't cheat on me just because I held back my... Listen to me. We don't do that to you all. We don't just go on anti-women protests because we love y'all, man. We love us some ladies. At the end of the day, ladies are everything. But y'all just starting something. You're about to write a check that your ass can't cash. And I just want to make sure that you are really thinking this over.
And withhold sex from penises until this is made right.
I think that's a horrible idea, and that's not an effective way to handle abortion at all.
I don't think that would be effective. I think it's going to be more aggressive than necessary.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be a little bit backwards.
And the sex strike protest probably won't work.
I mean, I'd be willing to give it a shot if it would.
Is that a good or effective approach?
I would say I agree with it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, do you agree with it?
I don't really understand what a sex strike is, to be honest.
A sex strike is where the girl would not have sex with you.
Oh. I think it varies person by person, but yeah, that's a tough one.
I notice he got very...
Listen. Answer it personally, bruh. It varies person to person. He's asking a person, so you answer as a person. For me, if my lady does it, that's what he's asking you to do, man. Why is it so difficult for people to answer questions, man? I don't get that. It varies from person to person. Nobody wants you to speak up as the daggone president of the United States or nothing like that. You're not speaking for everybody. Just speak for yourself. How would it affect you, brother? How would it affect you?
But yeah, that's a tough one.
I notice he got very sober after that explanation.
Not surprising.
Women in the world have conducted sex strikes in history. We have more power than we think we have, And some of it could be right in the bedroom.
I think that women have the right to do with their bodies whatever they want to do. And so I support people in this movement.
You think a sex strike is the way to go to awaken people's attention?
I don't really have a comment on that.
So you would be...
I don't know. Why don't you have a comment on that? I'm sorry. That's just... I don't know why you wouldn't have a comment on that.
To go to awaken people's attention?
I don't really have a comment on that.
So you would be prepared to have your girlfriend or significant other go on a strike until abortion is legal nationally?
See, I don't got no girlfriend, so I can't really say that. But I mean, again, if they want to do that, they want to live their life. I love them, you know. I'm gonna support them. Like,
so you'd be willing to embrace celibacy?
Yeah, bro. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie. Like,
how long, though? How long? See, I don't know.
I don't disagree with the Roe v. Wade thing. You need to make a good decision on who you're going to have a child with, period. Like 60% of the who's not our race are suffering from the abortion. We need to make better decisions. Our women need to make better decisions of who they're having children with.
Brother, that was a good take, man. That was a good take.
Your reaction to this sex strike idea? You think that's effective?
I think it can be. It's never really, I mean, like, but at the same time, like, are women really gonna do that?
Women been on strike. They've been on strike. Most guys are not with anybody. So, I mean, what's the difference? What's that gonna hurt us?
Most, and that's huge too. I see it. I watch a lot of. Sometimes I watch shows about, you know, the single life because I just want to know what's going on out there. I've been married for almost 24 years. Coming August 8th. August 8th would be 24 years. But I pay attention to the world just so I can have a basic understanding of what's going on. If I want to give an opinion, I can't give an opinion unless I have some you know, thought on I have some idea of what's actually going on out there. But where I'm getting to with this is on them shows that I watch, say podcasts and whatnot, where they're talking to a bunch of single people, single women, mostly women, and just one or two men. Turns out the women are upset about the dating pool out there. They're saying that the dating pool is very slim. It's not really much to choose from out there in the dating pool. And then when they do find someone, they find someone who's still cheating on them, still running around, still having his fun, got like 3 or 4 girls on you know what I mean, those type of situations. But that usually happens because a lot of women are already on strike and they're already holding themselves back, but there's a whole bunch of other things that go along with that. Because then they give it to the wrong guy. They give it to the guy that's already getting it from a bunch of other women. So they're competing for the same guy and not giving it to the good guys. So now they're just going to go on strike knowing that they're not getting none no way. So what are you actually giving up? You're not giving up anything at the end of the day.
Laura,
okay. I love him.
I have to tell you, this was insightful for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a clever protest because a sex strike removes the controversy entirely because you don't need abortions. Right. But it was sad what that gentleman pointed out, the loneliness, the estrangement that this recreational sex has created for this generation and the last couple. It's sad because without happy and loving couples, you can't have happy and loving families. So that guy was
awesome. I was waiting.
Yeah.
I said to Raymond during the break, I said, is there any conservative in New York at all? He's like, wait, that's the end of the
Coming up. And Laura, in the heat of this abortion battle, inexplicably, Nancy Pelosi attended a papal mass at the Vatican today. The speaker has been forbidden from presenting herself for communion in her home diocese of San Francisco due to her advocacy for abortion. Still, there she was today, glad-handing with the Pope and taking communion. You know, Laura, I got to tell you, my phone blew up when people saw this. What we do is as important as what we say. And the Pope says the liturgy should be a source of unity, a way to protect our communion. I don't know how this image does that. In fact, I think it estranges people from whatever Catholic doctrine or belief might be.
And Pelosi was not the only public figure seeking cover this week.
That's right. The creator of one of the most popular TV shows of all time, Friends, Marta Kaufman, for years brushed off complaints that the show was not diverse enough, but now she's come to a new understanding.
She says she's a former racist. She declares herself as a former racist. I declare myself as a former racist. Okay, we all declare ourselves as a former racist.
Now, in an interview, Kaufman says it is her internalized systemic racism that caused the lack of inclusivity on the very popular show. Here she is discussing the problem.
It was, to a certain extent, a product of the time period and of my own ignorance. You know, there were black shows and there were white shows. There weren't a lot of shows that were interracial. I guess at the time, I was thinking, this is what I know. This is what I know.
In expiation for her insensitivity, Laura, over the show she created 28 years ago, Kaufman's donating $4 million to Brandeis University to fund a professorship in African American studies.
That's so ridiculous. Let me tell you something, lady. There are, and this might be a surprise to some people who are watching this, there are cities, towns, sometimes complete states, but there are many different places where there are only white people there. There are places where there's only Latino, Hispanic people there. There's some places where there's only white people. You don't have to apologize or feel some type of way for creating a daggone TV show that was only white people. You do know that, right? I mean, it had Italian, it had some mixtures on it. It had an Italian on it. How you doing? What was his name? Joey. How you doing? And then it had Jewish people on it. Ross, I think he was a Jew. It had many different people. It had men, it had women. You know what I mean? I think it had women who like women. I think it had men who like men. So it had different groups on there. You don't have to cover all groups and then feel guilty and say, you know what, I'm going to donate a whole bunch of money because I need to rid myself of this guilt. You know what? I know somebody you can donate it to. You can donate it to the LFR family at www.lfrfamily.com. That's what you can do. You feel guilty, huh? Donate there. You want to donate to somebody you feel bad? You know what? You should feel like you was being racist because it hurt my heart whenever I saw Friends and I didn't see anybody black on it. Because I was so searching for it. Every single episode, I was like, this episode is going to be the one. I'm going to finally see a black person on it. And since I never saw one, you owe me some money. Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you do, girl.
I know this story has you amped. You were a big Friends fan.
Well, here's what I don't like is going back and like you go back in time and say, no, this doesn't count. This was bad. It was a different time. But she feels the need to publicly, self-flagellate. And how much did she make on Friends? Hundreds of millions of dollars, right?
In syndication.
I mean, remember they got their last contract, all the Aniston and all
$1 million a pop.
$1 million for each episode. So if they're really serious about this, you got to go more than the $4 million. That's not enough.
Look, she can spend her money any way she wants. My question is, if you want to help the black community, why are you giving $4 million to Brandeis? Go help the black community. There are tons of great faith-based, Demario Davis's program that actually mentor young black people.
All right, Raymond, we got to go. They're yelling at me.
Hey.
All right, so I enjoyed that joint. Hopefully you did too. Of course I did my fussing. I jumped on my soapbox a couple of times. Y'all know what I do. I gotta jump on my soapbox, give a quick TED talk, then get up out of there. And you take it how you take it. But clearly she's giving $4 million back because she has white guilt. I swear to goodness. When am I going to get some money from white guilt? When am I going to get my white guilt check in the mail? I'm looking for my white guilt check. Man, per usual, I want to hear what y'all got to say about this in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family. I cannot stop smiling from this. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing. Love y'all. Go check out Fox News. That's where I just now got that from. Love y'all. Peace.